James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy VT, and I came here to talk with the thousands of the True School Sports
Subscribe. Alright, so this is the official post-fight review for Caleb Plant versus Trevor Mccumby, and the official result is a 9th round stoppage for Caleb Plant. A really entertaining fight. I had the honor to be ringside at the T-Mobile Arena, and I can honestly say, apart from maybe Canelo walking out and dropping Berlanga, it's definitely the most electric fight that night. So before I get my thoughts, I'll swing it over to Johnny. Johnny, what did you make of Caleb Plant's performance and the adjustments he made? He was fighting on the inside. What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. At first I was scared because I had I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had a parlay. I had Caleb Plant to get the stoppage.
Yeah.
And when I seen those first few rounds, I was scared. Because Caleb he's my guy. He lives out here in Vegas.
Y'all got history.
I see him, he treats me real good. I've known Caleb since he was 8-0. So I was scared. I was feeling down, but then I seen him make the adjustment, fighting on the inside, and I'm gonna be honest. I thought he was watching some of our boy.
Angelo Leo, yeah.
He made some of that adjustment, and he said he started fighting on the inside. And I thought Trevor Mccumby, he didn't have no inside game whatsoever. And anytime he would
his gas tank really failed him too. No stamina, no gas towards the end.
Well, Trevor fought on undercard of Angelo, and that's actually something that he struggled with. And it was just very entertaining. It was a fight where you never really you always, it was never really a dull moment, and in those dull moments they started taunting each other. So it was the tale of two sides. Trevor Mccumby, he started with the making fun of Caleb,
doing the Billy Joe Saunders,
and then Caleb started doing the last time I checked,
and then last time I checked, he's never at this level.
Yeah, and I just thought it was cool. It was like two different personalities. It was
even when Caleb Plant backed him up to the ropes and they were clinching, he's doing this to get the crowd going. No,
yeah. It was a sick fight. It was a great fight with entertaining spots in the fight. And
yeah,
I think that those are the type that boxing fans and even casuals love to see, man. So
and Caleb Plant showed some of the wrinkles to his game. He like he said in the lead up to the fight, from his last fight against Benavidez to now, he said he had 359 rounds of sparring. And clearly one of the things he worked on was his inside game. And I think even to a degree his combination punching, because I've seen Caleb Plant for years and he's had hand speed, but I think in this fight he put his combinations together as about as good as I've ever seen him. So
I thought his gas tank was a little bit better too. I still think his gas tank needs some work, but I do think it was a little bit better than
Steven Bredman Edwards, his trainer, had made light of the fact that one thing that they were working on was managing his stamina throughout the rounds. Not letting him punch himself out and just being better with that. And it worked. And as far as Mccumby, I think Mccumby, even at a loss, his stock goes up. He dropped Caleb Plant. I'm not gonna lie to you. The first 3-4 rounds, I said, you know what? Caleb Plant's career might get ruined because he was hitting. It seemed like everything he touched him with, when he would land, would move him back.
Yeah, no, Trevor Mccumby's stock definitely went up because watching the fight, I'm like, man, is Trevor Mccumby gonna be the first person to stop Caleb Plant? And the way he's gonna stop him early like that, his stock definitely went up. He had nothing to hang his head about. I became a fan for sure, and I definitely think that he's got more big fights on the way.
I'll tell you this, man. Two things. First, he's a pro box fighter, and these pro box fighters, whether they win or lose, they're putting on. They come to fight because they're active and they're getting matched tough, and so when they get to the big fights, they're not overwhelmed by the moment. So I think his performance actually does raise the stock of pro box a little bit, and also the fight I like to see, the fight I really want to see Trevor Mccumby in, and I know everyone's talking this whole Caleb Plant Edgar Berlanga. I would like to see Trevor Mccumby versus Edgar Berlanga. I think Trevor Mccumby versus Edgar Berlanga is one of the most explosive fights that could be made in the super middleweight division.
Yeah, I agree. I would like to see that.
Two big punchers. Edgar, his skills, still need a lot of work. Trevor Mccumby's gas tank needs a lot of work, towards the back half of the fights. I think, however that one goes, someone's going out on their face or they're going out on their back. So I think that'd be a mouthwater match for the division. But Johnny, Go ahead.
I think anyone at 168, even though it's not like the most star-studded division now, looking at like how they've performed, I honestly think you can mix and match any of these 168 pounders, and they do make like great fights. So I have 168, like, you know, it is, I believe it doesn't have as much of a great talent pool, but I do think that it makes for some exciting fights. Like, for example, like you guys remember how 154 was, where you would get good fights.
They were taking turns passing the belts back for a while.
So I think, for example, even like fights you wouldn't think of, like maybe a Trevor Mccumby versus Diego Pacheco, or a Christian Mbili versus Edgar Berlanga. Like
Trevor Mccumby versus Eric Bazinian, be a good fight, you know?
You got Munguia still there, you know?
Trevor Mccumby versus Vladimir Shishkin, your boy.
Yeah, there you go. You can get good fights anywhere at 160. Now Caleb Plant putting himself back in the mix to fight like a Canelo or a Charlo, or
because now he's the WBA interim champion. He's probably gonna get elevated to WBA regular champion, which is gonna make him Canelo's WBA mandatory challenger. Now we know these sanctioning bodies, just calling a spade, they don't keep that same energy for Canelo most of the time, like they do for other fighters. So I don't think Caleb Plant's gonna be our first option for Canelo, but that's a fight where, like, let's say if there's nothing else better for him, he's got it in his back pocket anytime he wants. Because what has Caleb Plant done since the Canelo loss? He's been able to be in big fights and actually raise his stock. People actually gravitate towards Caleb Plant. The Mexican fans love Caleb Plant. He got one of the biggest ovations at all the media stuff this week.
Yeah, he's a fun fighter, and you know, he's a star of the division, you know, as well. So I think more big fights for Caleb as well, and I do want to say one thing that I do want to pick out, though. I would like to see Caleb just be a little bit more active than usual, you know, because I think he's only fought like once a year. I'd like to see him fight just a little bit more.
Yeah, but you know, I ain't got nothing against PBC. I'm just calling a spade. A lot of their fighters, this is a trend. You know, seeing 4 and 14 months out the ring. Caleb Plant 18 months out the ring. You know, so hopefully that can change. Hopefully, you know, Al Heyman and the fine folks there start getting more dates, you know, more non-pay-per-view dates, so you can do Caleb Plant maybe against lesser guys. Maybe Caleb Plant could fight the winner of William Skov versus Vladimir Shishkin, who are fighting for the vacant title. You know, become a 2-time IBF middleweight champion.
I never thought of that. I actually would love to see that. I'd like to see, you know, Caleb fight for the IBF again. Or maybe even, you know, like Canelo said with Berlanga, he told him, you're a great fighter. You'll be champion one day. Hey, if there was any time for him to become champion, it'd be that fight right there. So
yeah, man. Caleb Plant absolutely lit the whole T-Mobile Arena on fire. I really do think, I know Caleb likes to talk about Jose Uzcategui, and we hear it every day to this very day about what he did to Jose Uzcategui. But in my humble opinion, I've been watching Caleb Plant for a long time. He'll even tell you that himself, because he remembers me from back then when I was talking about him when he was a prospect. I was one of the first guys on YouTube to ever talk about Caleb Plant. I can honestly say this was definitely his finest hour. It was definitely, you know, a fight that had a lot of moments that will live on for a long time. So that's all I gotta say about Caleb Plant. He's definitely right there in the mix for another title, and more so than that, even more so than being in the mix for another title, he's just a guy that people want to see fight. They care about him, and in boxing, I tell fighters all the time, there's plenty of fighters, there's a lot of champions. You want to be one of those guys that when your name is on the card, when your name is on the bill, and people see your name, they say, oh, he's fighting, and he's one of them guys. He's become one of those guys.
Yeah, like I have casual fans that, like, they don't know much about boxing, but they
know who Caleb Plant is.
They told me, hey, Caleb Plant's fighting on the card. Rolando Ramirez fighting on the card.
Stacked.
Great card.
Yeah.
Know, so, you know, those are guys that, you know, casual fans know, and that's important.
They move the needle. So, I'm gonna leave it at that. You got any final thoughts, Johnny?
No, nothing really. Just keep subscribed to the best boxing channel in the world.
Yeah, and last thing I'll say is this is my first video as an 80,000 subscriber channel. So. Thank you guys for 80,000 subscribers. It's been a long journey, and 90,000 will be here. And then, you know, come to the 90,000, 100,000. So we're less than 20,000 away from getting that plaque. So hopefully you guys.
Why are we just doing 80 to 100,000? We got to think bigger. You already got 80,000. We got to start thinking about the next 80,000.
I hear you. Well, I'm taking it one step at a time. That's how you win it. Like, you gotta take one step at a time. But look,
he's taking it one step at a time. I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna say we going for the million. We going for the million.
I like how he thinks. All right.
Yeah.
But Y'all let me know what you think. Caleb Plant, Mccumby, who you want to see Caleb Plant fight next, who you want to see Mccumby fight next, and just, yeah, any thoughts about the fight, feel free to leave them down below. Make sure you guys definitely take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canelo, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.